Welcome to Podcast Radio and Stuff. It's the week that was, where we just talk about things that interest us from Isondo Eldlulile. And of course, we just give our views as lay people. So we call this one the layman's view. I trust that you had a beautiful week. It's been a beautiful week. Thank you so much for taking time to watch the video namhlanje. Ngiyacela, please subscribe. Please subscribe. Please don't forget to like, and please also do comment. Remember, I love you for subscribing because subscribing is absolutely free. Okay, now it's been an interesting week. It's been an eventful week. There has been so many things, and there are so many things that I can actually speak about, and I will not be able to speak about everything, but I will be just picking one or two things that caught my eye, that caught my attention, that, got me interested. The first thing, bafethu, namhlanje, njengoba Saturday, it is a big day in the country. I mean, like a big day for soccer lovers. The people who love football, because it is the day of the Soweto Derby. And it's happening in Durban. Our Etubane Matota Welga Banana. Moses Mabhida Stadium. A Nedbank Cup final that is going to be taking place. It is a clash between Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates. And I know last week, Orlando Pirates, Kaizer Chiefs go 2-1 with PSL game. So now Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates, they meet again this week. The big question is, will Orlando Pirates yehlisa izihlathi zabalandeli be-Kaizer Chiefs, or will Kaizer Chiefs lift up a cup emva kwesikhathi eside yagcina ukujabulisa abalandeli kuphakama stadium sonke lapha eThekwini eMoses Mabhida Stadium? That is the biggest question. Ukuthi obani abayolala bejabulile, obani abayolala bekhala namhlanje ntambama njengoba kumgqibelo. But speaking about this Soweto Derby, what a derby that has been full of drama when it comes to the issue of amatikiti. I've never seen so much drama around ukuthengwa kwamatikiti kwe-soccer game. First of all, abantu, they've been waiting, eagerly waiting for the release of the tickets. Bebuza, avulwa nini ama-tickets? When are we going to be buying, or are we going to buy ama-tickets? And finally, when the announcement was made and the purchasing of tickets was officially opened, there were some glitches, there was drama, and I think almost everyone that I know who wanted to go to the stadium, bahlulekile wathola ama-tickets. I mean, like everyone emazi. And as a result, most of the people that I know who love the soccer game from KZN are not going to the stadium, and they are not so happy about not going to the stadium, but there's nothing they can do about it. But there's also a lot of people who are going to the stadium, but I want to say, kube a narrative that was being driven ukuthi kubukeke ngazukuthi uhulumeni wase KZN naseThekwini, they wanted to make sure ukuthi kugcwala abantu bangaphandle so that kuzokwazi ukuthi i-tourism industry ikwazi ukuthi yenze imali. Let me be honest, angispy leso. Angispy. I think there were just some technical glitches. I don't know what happened, but leso mina angispy leso story leso. I don't think really ukuthi kanjalo. But I've been listening to Andile Ncube a lot this week on Metro FM, and people were phoning his show with different opinions. And I must say, Andile Ncube did very well in presenting this story in a very balanced way, allowing listeners to speak to him and getting some relevant people to also comment on his show. And I even heard him speaking to Colonel Nachiwunda Wamaphoyisa from KZN, efuna ukuza ukuthi amaphoyisa how prepared are they to handle yonke into ezobe yenzeka namhlanje eMoses Mabhida Stadium. But Fethu, mina, I can tell you one thing right now. Ukuthi amathikithi asiwatholanga kumele sidlule kukona and watch the game from wherever we can go to. Singaya ka-Max, singaya kuphi, singaya kuphi la kuzobe kunama big screen corner and enjoy the game from there. There is no need for us to even try to go next to the stadium if you know you don't have a ticket. We just need to find proper channels to address this with the PSL. Ukuthi in the future, please, siyacela ukuthi inkampani ekuyiyona esidayisela amathikithi iqinisekise ukuthi sonke siyakwazi ukuthenga amathikithi ngendlela elula. That is what I honestly feel. And we cannot call ourselves, firstly, people who love our province, people who love South Africa, people who love the soccer game, you know, sifune ukuqala ukukhuluma izinto that are inciting violence. You know, because there's been some people that are inciting violence. Ukuthi Hlangana Zulu, ngeke baze balibuka ibhola, whatever people are saying. I don't encourage that. Let's allow those who have the tickets, who have bought the tickets, and they've received their tickets to go and enjoy the match. And we will enjoy the match from our screens. That's the way it should be. So let us not spoil the game. We do not want to see into efana neyenzeke Ellis Park again in South Africa. We do not want to see any form of a disaster. So let the game be a free and fair and a peaceful game, and let the best team win. And let me tell you something. I have a feeling ukuthi khona bazolala bejabule. I don't know ukuthi ubani. Maybe it's your team, maybe it's my team, kodwa bakhona abazolala bejabule. So namhlanje kothi kushayela ntambama sobe sesazi ukuthi kwenzakalani eThekwini eMoses Mabhida Stadium. Asiya kolunye kudaba olungithintile. Now, you'd remember ukuthi there was a case ebikade ibhekene nama VIP protectors amanye ama VIP protectors who were protecting the deputy president of the country, Paul Mashatile. They were caught on video assaulting a civilian, a South African civilian who was driving a Polo, and they were caught on camera. And so babhekana namacala ngaphakathi emsebenzini. This week we had the news that all these police, 8 of them, have been acquitted by the SAPS kulamacala abakade bebhekene nawo, so abasabhekene namacala at all. And South Africans are not understanding ukuthi hayibo kwenzakaleni, because ngokwama South Africans everything was there on video. There is evidence that there was assault, a civilian being assaulted by people who abasebenza ngezomthetho, who understand the law, and they were carrying firearms in their hands, and official and those are states firearms. So mangabe kuthiwa amacala abo asephelile, what does this mean? But when it comes to this story, mina, I just want to say, our authorities, they need to assist us as citizens. Mina, I love police. And I believe ukuthi amaphoyisa kumele siwahloniphe, and we need to give them indawo yawo. And amaphoyisa kumele hleze nesithunzi. Iphoyisa akumele liphelelwe isithunzi. I fully believe in that. That police need to be respected, and we need to give police their space, and we need to make sure when they are executing their duties, we allow them to execute their duties. But I am against abuse of power. Any form of abuse of power should be dealt with. And sometimes the guys who escort the so-called VIPs, or the guys who escort the executive, sometimes they do get out of hand. Sometimes they do abuse their power. You would see them forcefully removing you from a lane on a road because they just want to drive past with whoever they are transporting. Uzucishe wena wenza ingozi ngendlela abafuna ukuthi kudluka ngayo. And some of us are not at the same level of skill when it comes to driving. Sometimes I'm not just moving over. I'm not moving over because I'm being disrespectful. It's just because my driving skill is not allowing me to move over, and I'm in a panic mode because of all these sirens and the blue lights, you know. And then, but uthole ukuthi behavior yabo ayisayinhle. Sometimes ingaziholela ekuthenini you get into an accident yourself. So I think we should be respected as citizens as well. And there shouldn't be abuse of power. They should understand that ukuthi nathi sidinga ukuthi sibe respected. You know, I think there is a time when minimum force can be used. But there is a time when somebody can be told ukuthi you are not behaving, and that person would begin to behave. When the police take a decision or a resolution to assault a person, you know, ngiyazibuza ukuthi kufika kanjani lapho? How do we get there? To assault a person, a group of police, we're assaulting one person. So I don't think ukuthi that kind of behavior really behavior ekumele si promote from our police, you know. And especially a civilian who's not even carrying a firearm, being assaulted by 8 people carrying firearms. I don't think ukuthi into kanjalo kumele sivumele ukuthi yenzeke eSouth Africa. But we need our police. We love them. They should be protecting us. They should uphold the law. So that is what I'm trying to drive at. I'm not saying amaphoyisa akufanele enze umsebenzi wawo, akufanele mangabe efuna ukuthi siwagudlukele and they are driving their emergency vehicles isingakwenzi. We should be doing that, but also they should also be patient and understand ukuthi not all people are at the same level. Yeah, so asazi ukuthi lana izoqhubeka iziphelele kuphi, but I can tell you now, this is going to be a developing story. This story is going to be a developing story because it's going to be in the news for a very, very long time. The Minister of Police is going to need to answer a lot of questions. The police commissioner, you know, the head of IPID, because, you know, people are just not understanding, Wuti. Okay, how did we get here? And of course, you know, I know Wuti as no, they are not for public consumption, but yeah, but this happened in the public eyes. We all saw the video. Some people can actually point at those people, but long yamaz ngambona kule video, you know, because the video was so public. Then let's go to another one that caught my interest. The MK party. MKP is the former president we country, or President Jacob Zuma. The MK party is calling for an audit on the lifestyle of judges, and they are calling for judges to declare all their assets. Okay? And, you know, so first of all, they're saying judges should be audited. Lifestyle yabo kumele check, because they are saying there are some judges who are living a lavish lifestyle, and we should get to understand ukuthi how are they affording this lavish lifestyle that they are living. And secondly, we should also get to understand how did these judges accumulate whatever assets they have. And I was listening to Nhlamulo Ndlela, the spokesperson of the MK party, speaking to Thulasizwe Simelane on SAFM on Thursday. Yeah, it was Thursday the 8th when I listened to him on SAFM. And Untamulo Ndlela says judges are interpreters of the law and not implementers or lawmakers. But he's saying now judges are beginning to behave like they are the lawmakers, not interpreters of the law. He's saying their job is just to interpret the law, not to make the law. And he's saying there are some cases where, according to them, they are seeing judges as wanting to make the law and not to interpret the law. And when he was speaking to Thula Sizwe, Thula Sizwe also made mention of the fact that, but judges are already declaring via the Minister of Justice any interest that they have, any business interest that they have outside of the work scope that they have with the Department of Justice. So if they have some other business interest or shares with certain companies, they have to already declare that, So if they are making any other income outside of what the state is paying them, they have an obligation to declare that, So how is this going to be different? So that was a question from Thula Sizwe posed to Nhlamulo Ndlela. But, but MK is still pushing, and they are still putting their foot down and saying that no, as much as that is in place, but they still feel that it is not enough, If I can just put it in a very simple way, it is not enough. The judges still need to be, lifestyles needs to be audited, and they also just need to be declaring. So that is what the MK is pushing for. It's another developing story that we'll be following, and we want to see where it's going to lead us. But what's this week? Why am I talking about this story? Ngikale ukubuka ukuthi ama-parties ama-parties are pushing for izinto ezingafani kangakanani. So this week, that is what the MKP is pushing for. On the other hand, there is the EFF, the Economic Freedom Fighters. Bonage, this week, they are pushing for ukuthi iscrape indaba within the cell phone networks yokuthi idata iphele. Now remember, this is what happens. For people who are on prepaid, data expires if it's not used after a certain time has lapsed. So you can buy data that will expire within a day. So if you buy it at 7 o'clock in the morning and by 12 midnight you have not used it, it will expire. By the following day, you'll need to buy data again. Even if you had a lot of data by 12 midnight, then there's data for 3 days, for 7 days, and so on. So if you had data for 7 days, and on the 7th day, at the end of the day, you still had some data, but you had not used it, then what would happen is that data will expire. So EFF is pushing for that to be scrapped. So if you buy data, you've got to be able to use it, all, and it should not expire. So even if you have that data for 6 months, it should be there on your phone, and you should be able to use it. So that's what the EFF is pushing for. So what drew my interest is these two different political parties. I know the DA would be pushing for something else. I'm looking at what these two political parties are pushing for. These are two things that for me are so far apart. And then I began to ask myself, let us talk about the voters. For you, imali yakho ikubani? Who is pushing for the real thing? Who is pushing for something that talks to you? Who is pushing? Because it's always about that. Who is pushing for something that talks to you? You just tell me in the comment section. Is it the EFF that is pushing for something that talks to you? Or is it the MK that is pushing for something that talks to you? So that is what, eyenze ngakhuluma ngalento, because ingenze ngacabanga ukuthi okay, really here must ngakhuluma about the South African population at large, and especially the black community. Ubani singathi nangu umuntu ophushela into esibona ukuthi kumele ilungiswe. I'm leaving that question for you. Lastly, congratulations to the Roman Catholic Church. Amaroma Katolika amahle. Oh my God. Esgamario Cwebileyo. Siyanibongela ukuthi useninaye uPope omusha who has been elected. On Thursday, again the 8th, silale sesaz ngoba kuthiwa le eVatican City ushemula iphumile intuthu emhlophe lokho kusuke kusho ukuthi usekhona uPope. We congratulate the Roman Catholic Church for their new Pope, Pope Leo the 14th. What is interesting for the world, ngokwalo Pope ukuthi is the first Pope to come from America. Americans were saying, who would have thought ukuthi ngelinye ilanga kuyokuba no Pope from America. There are many people who thought ukuthi sekuyisikhathi sokuthi kube no Pope omnyama noma uPope osuka eAfrica. But ke sike sithi nje uPope omnyama. And for me, to be honest, I only learned mase ngibuka izolo ngibuka ihistory yoPope ukuthi how kanti bengakazi abe khona owase America. So I think isikhathi somnyama naso siyeza, But I think these are faith-based things. And within the Roman Catholic Church, there are different levels of leadership, from world level to continent level to country level to province level to city level. Because the Roman Catholic is huge. And when it comes to things that have to do with faith, those people who are in these structures of leadership understand ukuthi izinto zifilterisha kanjani from the bottom all the way to the top. And for us who are not Roman Catholic, ours is just to say congratulations to the Roman Catholic Church for the election of the new Pope. This is Podcast Radio and Stuff. We love you. We love you more when you subscribe. We love you more when you comment. And also when you like this video. Before I end it, let me just tell you what in Aksasa Kuseni on Sunday, we're going to be having a beautiful episode with a man who has walked a great journey in life. He's got so much of experience. He's a well of wisdom in life. All I can tell you right now, remember to watch that episode that will be dropping tomorrow in the morning. It's PRS, Kamalam Gundogoza. Thank you.